A good afternoon and welcome. Or if you're in Liverpool, good evening. Happy President's Day. Or if you're in Liverpool, we call it Monday. It's a holiday weekend here. We had Valentine's Day yesterday, stacking them on top of each other. Today is President's Day. Some people might be working, some people might not be, but whether you're watching this live or in Memorex, we've got a great game on the docket. Oh, yeah. It's a great game. So this is the 52nd annual Edina Invitational Tournament, the largest, most respected, storied tournament in the upper Midwest. You really only have a short list of things maybe in the world that are as big a deal as this tournament. So I'm super excited about our third and final game of the day. Saw a couple wins so far. Edina 4-0 in the Bantam B division. Edina 2-0 in the Bantam A division, beating Chaska Chanhassen and Oslo Maple Grove respectively. And now championship game with Edina facing Chaska Chanhassen. Two familiar foes. I believe it. I'm not saying I don't believe it. I just want to see it. Chaska beat Edina 8-1 this year. I saw Edina twice this week, and they were sensational in both of those games. So Chaska Chanhassen, very, very good. My first chance seeing them this year. Reached out to someone knowledgeable, put a couple check marks for. We'll see if they step up and deliver today. The leading goal scorer in the tournament for them, they call him Hockey Jesus. Number 33, we'll watch for him. He has 6 goals. They've only played 3 games. Domino effect here. Stevens in goal for Edina. Domino effect. COVID wiped out a team. And then that team had played some teams, and then those teams couldn't play their last game. Led to a few different games being walkovers yesterday. Chaska gets credited with a 3-0 win, but did not, in fact, play that fourth game. They had scored something like 30 goals and given up 1 in their first 3, so they entered this tournament cruising. Very, 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 very strong. Ready for the championship game. Edina starts Halverson on the wings. It's going to be Flaherty and Schaefer. I mentioned Christ, number 33, enters this tournament with 6 goals for Chaska Chanhassen. Known far and wide as the Pizza Bandit, Edina's leading scorer is John Halverson. He wears number 10 in 4 games, 9 goals, 2 hat tricks, 6 assists, 2 5-point games, 15 points in 4 games, almost 4 points per game. He has been very good in the 2 games that I've seen up front, leading scorer for Edina entering this game. So there's a couple people to pay attention to. Also quite impressed with Eddie Revenig. Revenig reminds me of Max Burkholder. I announced the state championship for Bantam 2 years ago. Chaska beating Edina in the semifinal, ultimately being runner-up. Edina ultimately being 3rd place. Max Burkholder, one of the top Bantam players in the state that year. Revenig has a similar style to his game. So the last thing I want to point out before we drop the puck, I'll use last names. The exception being number 9, Alex Jensen, and number 11, Drew Jensen for Chaska Chanhassen. I will do my best to be consistent in referring to them as Alex and Drew. I am John Conley here for today's championship game. 3rd of 3. There's a real good vibe and buzz in the building right now. A lot of people making a point to come watch this one. It's cold outside, but it is hot in here. We've got a great game on tap. 15 goes on the board. We're going to play 3 periods straight through, no resurface. And who knows? If the game ends tied, we'll get some bonus hockey for you all to watch. Revning and Saber back and forth to each other triggers a Edina rush up ice. They gain the attacking zone. Here comes Chaska Chanhassen. They run into some static. It is the aforementioned Halverson. Halverson down along the end line. Not the biggest player in a game like this. He's very elusive, however, usually manages to use his wit and guile to pull the puck out against much larger players. Flaherty, he goes off with Halverson. Edina completes part of a line change, bringing it in right side. This is Sawshin. Sawshin down to the end line, leaves it for Sheets, working against Revnig. Sheets out of the corner. Sheets tries to play Sawshin, but stealing the puck away is Diedericks. Real nice move here from Revnig, countering and bounces it off the behind of the goal and triggers a breakout over in our direction. In case you're wondering, your camera mount is center ice. You'll have a pretty good vantage point when things are in the neutral zone and should be able to catch both ends. I, however, am down behind Edina goaltender Stevens. I'm down in the corner behind Stevens. Lofted out to the neutral zone, 2-on-1 opportunity. Picking it up for Edina is Cormier. Tries to get it into the slot area. Sanderson with a shot. Good scoring chance, just 1.5 minutes in for Edina, the first scoring chance of the game. As I mentioned, Chaska Chanhassen beat them 8-1 earlier this year. Edina looking to avenge that one. Face-off comes to the left of goaltender Stevens. On the other side, see if we can make out a number for the goaltender. I think it's 30 Heil. We'll confirm, but I think Heil is in goal for Chaska Chanhassen. Mulman breaking it out right side. Kermay out to the blue line, however. It's kept in on the left point. Good job there by Chaska. I think that's Buzjans. Apologies if I'm not pronouncing this one right, but Buzjans, Buesgens, Buzjans. Let's go with Buzjans. Face-off circled. Diedericks for Edina. He's got Schaefer on the right side. They're running 8 forwards of players injured, and that's led to a little bit of a lumpy line. So I don't know that we'll have any consistency in who's out together. Schaefer, Diedericks, and right side is Flaherty. Retreating back into their own end. D to D, Kleber out to the neutral zone. Good scoring chance here as Smith gets it. I'm sorry, that's Sawshin, 86, not 66. That tuck jersey doing me in. Sawshin centering pass, nobody home. This one goes out the length of the ice, played by Heil. Cover by goaltender Stevens. Stevens in goal today, not in goal for Edina. They take turns is Bertram. Bertram's father, 89 grad, goaltender for the 88 state championship team for Edina. Hockey hero here in the hometown. Couple shots at it. Stevens, the puck eventually bounces up over the crossbar. And I think we just found out why Christ is able to score those goals. He is providing a net front presence, not afraid to go down to those dirty areas. So cover by Stevens, face-off coming to his left. All right. I think it might be better if let me do that. I've got a second microphone that I'm not using. And I turned the audio off, might make it there's a little bit less of that ambient sound, maybe a little bit cleaner audio for everybody today. Icing the call. Face-off comes to the left of Stevens. Early feeling out period. We've seen a good scoring chance for Edina and some real good zone entry. Didn't quite lead to a high-quality shot the other direction for Chaska Chanhassen, but the early goings, the markings of an evenly played game. Oster plays this back to the blue line. Shot skips wide, picked up by Molman. Over to Kermay. Kermay in front of the benches. Can't quite get out. Dexheimer picks it up, and he takes it through the neutral zone. Chip and chase. They say he did not gain the red line, however. That's an icing call. The tall, cool one, Robert Plant. Earlier game wasn't quite the pace of this one. I was having some fun trying to figure out, name that tune in one or two notes, and I think we've got enough hockey here that we probably won't have some distractions to get us through it. Sanderson breaks it out to the blue line. Kept in, however, right point by Chaska. Grabbed by Willis. Willis runs into some traffic, and we get our game's first penalty. This is going against Edina, slashing the call. Diedericks goes off. I always feel that you get the first momentum shift in a game with that first penalty. So if Edina can successfully kill, we kind of establish that they're not going to give up much today. However, on the flip, if Chaska Chanhassen scores a goal, you're going to see them tipping the scales in their direction. Early gameplay inconclusive, but first penalty should give us some indication. Diedericks for slashing. Flaherty is known as a super strong, high energy force. And you see him there with the steal, turn the puck out to neutral. You know, kind of a perfect player for Edina to have out right now on the kill. They're running just 14 skaters. I think it's 8 forwards and 6D with the injured player. And, you know, he can play anywhere, but I would think he'd be especially well suited for the PK where he is right now. He's out there with Saber and Revening on the blue line. The other forechecker in the PK box is Halverson. Chaska, Schultz to Sheets. Schultz to Sheets. So I'm going to have some names today that sound the same. Brender and Buzjans and Bourne are the B's. Schultz and Sheets are the S's. They are, in fact, different people, and I'm sure I'll get tongue-tied on top of it. We're into the second minute of this power play. Smith circles, centering pass, goes through the slot area. Tried to catch Sheets actually on the weak side. Schultz, Smith, a little bit of cycling. Halverson can't quite clear the zone. He tried to chip and pick it up the other side, not hard enough, and that allows Chaska in slot area. It's into the back of the net. Smith puts them on top. It's a power play goal. Smith, 1-0 for Chaska. Goal comes 5 minutes, 16 seconds into the opening period. Chaska on top, 1-0. We'll listen for the assist. There was a lot of activity. You had Schultz and Sheets and Smith. Smith providing that net front presence. Not sure who's going to be credited. Could be anybody out of the aforementioned with the assists on that one. Real good power play goal if you're Chaska Chanhassen. They got to feel good about opening up with the lead early. Shot the other way. That one's off the stick of Cowan. Saved by Heil. So they say 66 from 15. It is Smith from Schultz. Smith from Schultz. Chaska Chanhassen with the early lead. Stoppage. Face off out at the neutral zone. How bizarre. You know, it was interesting telling people about this level that may not be familiar to someone watching. It's going to look like a high school game. You know, these players may not quite have the size and the strength. They're not far off from the speed of high school play. And in fact, what you see from the Bantam level is oftentimes the top players, I mentioned Max Burkholder earlier, they go up and they become a top player in the high school immediately. Couple passes down low. It was Schultz over to the goal scorer Schmitz, back to Christ. Christ on the back end of it. His shot shoveled up over his stick into the back netting. Did not get it on goal, but I think you're starting to see some of that crisp passing for Jessica Chanhassen that explains how they could go against Edina and beat them 8-1 earlier this year. I know it's a sore point for the Edina kids, and they're looking to avenge that loss. And I think, if I heard it correctly, I think Edina might have even beaten them once this year. But on that day, it was no contest, 8-1. Lucky break there. The puck hit Dexheimer in the foot, redirected toward the goal. It hit Stevens, but it could just as easily have gotten past him. Stevens now feeling some more pressure. Another shot from Sheets. This one comes in from the point. Shot came. Soshin there looking for the rebound. Bourne was there on the blue line, and they're getting pucks to net. It's a beehive of activity down low. It's pretty easy to see the MO of Chaska Chanhassen. They want to have the flurry down low and just keep sending guys down there. Something good's going to happen. We'll see if Edina can respond. Rebnik out through the neutral zone. Makes the breakout pass to Flaherty. Flaherty with the shot. This one's into the slot area. Cleared out to neutral by Chaska Chanhassen. Dumped down deep. Schaefer. Stoppage, neutral zone. 7 minutes into the game. 1-0 your score. Chaska on the power play earlier. So in seeing this team play twice, specifically, it's easy to see kids that can skate and skill to make plays and fast and all that. But specifically what I noticed is, I mentioned Rebning. You saw an example of it on this shift where when he chooses to get up into the play, and here's another example, some guys might skate till they lose it. Some guys might skate till they take a shot. Specifically what he does that impresses me so much is he seems to know when he gets around a man with his skating skills, a lot of times he doesn't try to challenge that next player. He knows the numbers are starting to get in his favor. Figures if somebody's closing in on him, he'll pass off and get somebody that's in a better spot to make a play. I saw him get around two men and then make a pass off as he got to the third defender. He's not trying to just run out the play until he loses the puck. He's trying to carry the puck with a purpose. That offensive defenseman, a lot of coaches, they try to figure out, how do I get the right amount of that? The higher the level, a lot of guys just say none of it because they just don't want the risk of a turnover. But we'll watch for that. We'll watch for that as the game goes on because, he's a key to Edina's attack, generating things in transition, getting some scoring chances, getting up ice, and knowing when and when not to is really important when you play the better teams. If you play some other teams this tournament, and both of these teams were winning one-sided games to get here. They just didn't have anyone at their class to get here. You see those games, you get the kids that aren't going to have a little blunder exposed. So 8 minutes into the period, still 1-0. Edina's got the zone. They don't have the puck as the faceoff's won by Chaska Chanhassen. Battling down in the corner, 2-2. Chuck Woolery. Willis turns, counter move. I don't think it was Willis. It might be Buzzkins. It might be Patka. They get the pass up ahead to Chris. Chris! Neutral zone, Schultz. Schultz working against Molman. Molman with a great defensive play there to break that up and poke it out to the neutral zone. Busy stick there. He skates well enough to get in the right place and figured out a way to time that poke check and actually won possession with it, triggering a breakout the other way. This is Halverson in transition. Red line, blue line, takes it in wide. Spin move, centering pass into the slot area, shot from the blue line, or a saber. Big save by Heil, and There were 2 intended targets there. It kind of got past the first one, but I think you're starting to see an example on that up ice rush of what Halverson's able to do. Shot comes from the point, back of the net. Edina's Revnig ties the game. Revnig, snapper, pinching in from the blue line, ties the game. Was there a tip? I don't think so. Revnig makes this one 1-1. You know, I'm working without a color man today, so I try to give you some flavor for what goes on beyond just who's touching the puck. Mentioned earlier, Revnig kind of knows when to get up in the play and really has a good sense. And it's maybe what separates him from you know, other defensemen at this age level. What Halverson's able to do when he's not got the puck, he moves well without it. So he receives the puck and he usually has some space. And what you saw in that shift with that centering pass that came just before that, when he's crowded, he also has the puck protection and the agility to wiggle out and create some space. I'm going to maybe share a story about that with some of his reputation as a good athlete. Great play in transition. Shot comes off a Sashin stick, and credit Saber for closing the gap quickly there. He recovered quickly, got the stick in there, because what looked like it was a real juicy scoring chance ended up not even being a shot on goal as the shot got deflected. Face-off comes to the left of goaltender Stevens. Halverson's in the circle. He wins the draw back to Russo. Russo, right side, 2 passes. Halverson bounces up over his stick. He regains possession, works wide. Same place we saw him create that spin move. Fights off a check. Big hit down in the corner. We get a stoppage. Hand pass. So I saw a name. My childhood eye doctor has a grandson on this team. So I just want to make sure I knew, which of my friends' sons lose track of them all. So I texted the parent and I said, hey, is this your son? And then just said I was going to announce this game, had seen them play a little bit, pressed with a couple players. He said Halverson's the best athlete he's ever seen. That's pretty lofty praise coming from anybody, but Scott Sanderson was the state tennis champion in a high school and played college hockey for Madison. So coming from him, that's pretty impressive. So it isn't just hockey. I was told by others he excels at lacrosse and is off to a good start this tournament. So we'll see what happens. 4 minutes to go. Shot gets knocked down. Puck gets knocked down. And now out at the neutral zone, face-off in front of the Chaska Chanhassen bench. And, I asked another friend of mine. He's super familiar with the Chaska players. He's got a grandson in the program. I said, who should I be watching? Read off a lot of players. It wasn't like, hey, they got this one guy. It wasn't that. It was a lot of guys that we mentioned. So having some fun seeing the highest level hockey for this age that you'll find anywhere in a tie game first period. Edina with the zone. Smith trying to find a breakout path. Fires this one the length of the ice. Picked up right at the goal line by Molman. Molman working against the forechecking Chris Schultz. Dumped in by Bauer? Is that? No, Kleber. 10, not 16. Kleber. Smith. Shot into the slot area, trying to get it to Grunder. Now it's Chaska that's swarming. We haven't seen a lot of this, but when they've been in the attacking zone, it is just a flurry of activity. 5 guys in a blender, and that is really hard for Edina to defend. I think I'm seeing now how they were able to run out to an 8-1 win. They are really active in the attacking zone. It's been fun to watch. right, save Stevens. Halverson's in the face-off circle. Draws one, however, by Chaska. Shot by Sheets, kicked aside. Stevens is going to be busy. Here comes Halverson through the neutral zone. Gains the blue line, but somebody jumped in just ahead. We have an offside call. You can see critical for Edina if they're going to win this game is when they're in the defending zone. Those 5 players, it's just a flurry for Chaska, are going to create a lot of scoring chances. Critical is getting a good game from the goaltender Stevens. So no pressure Stevens, but I think we have found that is, I can see how Chaska hung an 8 spot on them. They're pretty impressive when they do get down into the attacking zone. Got somebody checking in from Liverpool. Shout out to Marty. About a 6-minute delay, so Marty's going to hear me say his name about 6 minutes. Oh, interesting sequence. The puck was coming for an icing call. Stevens went out to play it, chose not to. Slid past him, face off back in the Chaska Chanhassen zone. Face off to the right of Isle. Diedrich's in the face-off circle for Edina. Battling down in the corner in front of the old Zamboni door. Into the slot area, kind of rolled off the stick of Edina's McCoy. McCoy had a great first game to this term. Might have been the second. The first one I saw, he had the first 2 goals for Edina. We'll see if he saved any for the championship. Revnik surveys the situation. Real good forecheck scheme here from Chaska. They sent no one after him and tried to clog passing lanes. McCoy with a shot. This one gets knocked down into the corner. McCoy fights the battle. Spins over in front of the net. Patka picks it off. Patka. Big hit at the neutral zone. Sanderson. Zone entry for Oster. Oster gets knocked off the puck. Real good play by McLeese to get in there and close the space against Oster, knock him down. 1 minute to go. 1-1 is the score in the first period. Here's Russo. His pass right side, Kermay. Kermay, Sanderson. Sanderson leaves it for Halverson. Halverson fights a battle down into the corner. Kept in the left side. I'm guessing Mulman with that jersey tucked. Might be Dexheimer. Dexheimer's got a hard tuck. All I can see is the top. Dexheimer fights him off to the sidewall. Brother Ben playing for the Austin Bruins of the North American Hockey League, and he was a senior last year in Blake High School when they finished 3rd in the state high school tournament. Schaefer. Couple passes and out to the neutral zone. Flaherty as time expires. First period intermission. We're tied 1-1. faceoffs won. I'm trying to get a number here. That's Brender. I wonder if Charchenko is hurt. I didn't see him in the first period. I'll keep an eye out. Shot comes up over the crossbar from Sheets, leads to an Edina breakout. They're strong in transition, bringing it up ice. Dumped in, steered aside by Heil. Heil lofts it into the corner. Blue line shot. Oh, it hits the outside of the net. That was kind of a squirrely one. Came in floaty. Came in with an arc, and that's, maybe sometimes hard for the goaltender to measure. Used to seeing a straighter shot that comes in a little harder. Brender tries to split through the defenders. Great job. These Edina defensemen really skate well, and you see them recovering well if they get out of position, and when they're in position, they're really tough to beat coming up ice. I think what I've seen so far, Chaska Chanhassen scoring chances are more likely to come in the half court. When they get down in the attacking zone, they really seem to, that's just face-off. They win the face-off, really seem to thrive in that environment. We'll see if that continues. Breakout for Edina in front of the benches. Dumped in deep by Dexheimer. Oh, there's Charchenko. So it's just, he's playing defense. That's why I didn't see him first period, as I can't see the team on that far end because I'm down on this end where the gameplay is right now. That's Alex trying to pass. That hits a skate and stays in the zone, and now it's up onto the Edina bench. And for the first time, we have Alex and Drew Jensen's names being called. Looks like Alex is playing right D. Looks like Drew might be playing left wing. Didn't have a chance to catch them in the first period. Christ in the face-off circle. Edina wins the draw, however. D to D and back. Eventually thrown up where it's dumped in by Diedericks. Shot comes from the point. McLeese wide of the mark. Charchenko. Smith turns it over straight to Diedericks. Diedericks with a shot. Gets deflected, and Heil makes the adjustment. Play continues. Charchenko. Smith one more time. Turns it over again. Oh, picked up by Flaherty. Flaherty with a centering pass. This one goes to the sidewall. Shot played off to the sidewall. Flaherty fights the battle with Charchenko. I'm assuming it's his brother. Charchenko had an older brother from Holy Family High School. Real good player. Might still be playing in the North American League, but known for his physicality. So if the two apples didn't fall too far from the tree, and this Charchenko is physical as well, keep an eye when he goes into the boards with Flaherty. Is kind of strength on strength. Those are two heavyweights for the Bantam age level. Flaherty not going to lose many battles, and it'll be fun to watch those two get knotted up as this one continues. We're early in the second period, 12:32 to go in the second period. 1-1 still your score. It's been an entertaining game. Having a good time. Clean win for Chaska Chanhassen. They make a couple passes and get it over right side to Sheets. That puck went from Sheets, then out to the D, Bourne and Buzjans. Edina gains the zone, fights a battle down in the corner. And now Buzjans bringing it up in front of the spectators. Runs into some static and headbands the puck to Sheets. Sheets centering pass a little bit too far. Smith the intended target. Snapper. This one goes wide. Cowan for Edina throws this one off the glass and out to the neutral zone. Heil. Pass to Buzjans. Real nice play by Edina's Sabre to get control of this one. Flaherty. It's a foot race, and geez, look who's going to win that one. With a head of steam, Diedericks took off, and there was no denying him. He was going to get there first. Real good play by Chaska with a little stick check to get the stick to where he got there first, but couldn't pick up the puck as he arrived. 4 minutes into the second period, still 1-1. Chaska with that power play goal, countered a little bit later by Revnig, pinching in from the blue line. Dexheimer picks it up. Known for his skating. You can see an example of it right there out to the neutral zone. Grabbed by Kleber. D to D. Charchenko with his shot. Glove save. Stevens face off to his left. So I heard in our second game there was a little audio loss temporarily, and then it came back. Our second game, I know I had a improper setting and did part of the game without audio. So hopefully everything's solid with this one. Cowan takes a shot. It was a pressured 2-on-2. Sanderson was there, but the shot came in high. Cowan kind of forced to shoot there. There just wasn't enough room to develop. Play to develop. Had he shot a little lower, maybe you get a rebound opportunity, but Heil wasn't giving him much. He tried to shoot top corner, and it was a good rush for Cowan and a good scoring chance, even if it didn't wind up getting on goal. You get that goalie right in position. At this age, they're big enough. They fill the whole goal. There's nothing to shoot at. They wind up picking little corners, and a lot of shots go wide. Oh, there's our big matchup. Hockey Jesus and the Pizza Bandit in the face-off circle. I think I've seen how Chris scored 6 goals in the 3 games that Chaska played. He's really good. Skilled right there. Look at that escape move. Really good at getting down in that dirty area, providing that net front presence. Coaches love it if you're not afraid to go to those dirty zones. Flaherty, pass, Halverson, crossbar. It's, oh my goodness, I think that was in. I can't make a definitive call. I'm not entrusted with that authority. I'm just going to tell you, I have a better view than where the referees were by virtue of me being in the corner. It hit the crossbar, shot up in the air, came down, hit, I believe it hit Heil, it hit somebody, and then I think momentarily it crossed the goal line before being fished back out. And when I say cross the goal line, I'm not talking into the back of the net. I mean, we're like maybe an inch over with the trailing edge of the puck. That was super close. So Edina does not get the go-ahead goal there. Had some people in proximity to me that agreed that they think it may have gotten in. And I will tell you this, your vantage point on replay from red line center mounted camera, you did not see what I saw. There's nobody had a better view than me and the 5 Bantam age kids to the right of me. You know, we've had a pretty good view here. So that was an exciting moment. And one of the things about a close hockey game like this is, you know, you get your moments, you get your high points, and that was definitely one. So great play by Chaska to, bend, not break. They pulled the puck out of the dirty area as quickly as they could. Undetermined if it crossed in. It looked like it might have from this vantage point. Cowan, good puck protection. He waits for the teammate to come in and got the pass over to McCoy. What a play by Cowan. He entered the zone and found himself crowded by just white jerseys. Just parked it, set up camp, turned, and waited for that wing to close. Flips it over, and McCoy came in, timed it perfectly. He got a good shot off. Heil keeps that one out, and wow, we're going to keep going. I know these two teams have a good chance of meeting in the state Bantam tournament. That's going to be held here at Braemar the last week of March. I would not be surprised if they both reach. Would not be surprised if they play for each other. And like 2 years ago, maybe in a semifinal. Who knows? Maybe even a final like this tournament. These two teams giving us a very entertaining game here. We're coming up on the game's midpoint. Can't thank you guys enough for spending your President's Day with us. Willis, Sanderson, Bizgens. Flaherty, geez, what a great forecheck. Flaherty plays this one out to the blue line. D-to-D, shot comes in. Great job getting into that shooting lane. Molman gets another crack at it. Oh, it's a huge save by Heil, and the puck goes into the corner. This is now Edina that's Fleury flurry of activity. Another great shot block. What a play by Drew. Drew goes down, takes it in the shin guards, and bounces right back up, and he's forced Edina back into their own end. Doing a great job defensively. I think he had that earlier shot block as well. Just 14 years old probably in a Bantam game like this. When you get kids at this age that understand nothing energizes a youth team. You know, you get to maybe minor pro and a fight can do it. Oh, holding the call, holding on Kleber. Edina goes on the power play. Oh, questionable there. I mean, it was a little ticky-tack. I mean, it was a hold, I guess, with a strict enforcement, but it wasn't egregious. You had Halverson trying to jockey past him. You had Kleber trying to hold him off. That arm went up immediately and knew it was a hold, but I'm a little surprised it was called. So Chaska scored on their power play earlier. We're going to see if Edina can score on theirs. Got Brender in the face-off circle with Halverson. Brender with the win gets it over to Charchenko. At this age, in case you're not familiar with Bantam age hockey, USA hockey rules, Smith makes another beautiful play. Smith has done a great job keying some breakouts by skating out, getting around someone. Usually you teach your forwards, get the puck to neutral and maybe neutral attacking zone. Don't be afraid to try to challenge somebody to get around them. We're seeing Smith make plays in his own end to key that breakout. Just a one-man. You don't need anybody else if you're going to be able to get the puck out yourself. And Smith has done it twice now at a pretty high level of hockey here. That's impressive. And he's also got a goal today. So, yeah. Anyway, what I was going to tell you about the Bantam age group is if you watch a lot of NHL, pro, Minnesota high school, college, junior hockey, they can ice the puck shorthanded and play continues. Here, if Chaska ices it right now on the penalty kill, it's going to be a icing call, face-off back in their own end. So a little bit harder for teams to kill penalties as a result. Rebning. He plays a short pass over to Cowan. Cowan Halverson. Molman keeps it in at the blue line. Good play there out on the blue line, pushing from Smith. So, yeah, what I can tell you is I'm pretty familiar with Coach Ryan Elbing and his style of coaching for Edina. He doesn't care if they ice the puck. He'll take the face-off in his own end. So it's a rule change, probably 4 years ago, intended. This is probably the fourth season, let's put it that way. Shot block, Sheets. Sheets pushes it out to neutral. He's working one-on-one against Edina's defenseman, Molman. Molman forces Sheets to the outside. He's gained the zone and has possession. They're on the penalty kill. If nothing else, they'll run some time off the clock, but you can see they're using their four skaters to try to create some type of passing lanes and try to create a scoring chance here. 25 seconds to go in the man advantage. So, yeah, that USA Hockey rule change was intended to get kids to understand puck possession and bring it up slowly, make a pass, skate out of the zone, and makes it much harder to kill a penalty. So credit Chaska Chanhassen for a great penalty kill here. There's only 5 seconds left. They've successfully killed the penalty. And you could see that play from Smith being an example of what that rule change was intended to drive. If you force a kid at these younger ages to make plays with the puck rather than just throw it away, they're going to be a lot better player when they get to those older ages and the time shrinks as the game speeds up. We've got a penalty upcoming here. This one I didn't see it. Slashing is the call. So Edina is going to remain on, get another power play. So we've got just under 5 minutes to go in the second period. Chaska had a great penalty kill just now. And we'll watch with this shift if they're playing that same style. Penalty killers are Alex, Charchenko, Smith, and Drew. So we're going to watch if they get puck possession. Are they going to just chip it to neutral? They're going to fire it down the length of the ice or take a whistle, or what I suspect is none of the above. They're probably more likely to try to string together a pass, or maybe even, for what we've seen from Smith, maybe try to challenge somebody and try to skate around them and get the puck out that way. So really fun for me to watch this when you get players at this level, these are some of the better kids in the communities, obviously, but it's hockey-rich communities. Are some of the better kids in the state, and because we're the state of hockey, these are some of the better kids in the country. Let's be honest. Some of these kids will go on and play NCAA Division I hockey. Some of them are probably kids that 2 years ago, when they were recruiting ninth graders, colleges might have even been looking to college commit. Kind of change that, move that goalpost out a few years, and there's good reasons for that. But some of these players are that level of players, so it's been fun for me to watch. So Diedrich's down in the corner. Got 90 seconds to go in the second of back-to-back penalties here for Edina with the power play opportunity. Rebnig's now down in the corner. He's trying to maintain possession against Buzzchins, but Buzzchins does a great job. And look, he's going to skate it across the red line before he goes for a dump. In the older rules, when you're a junior player, high school player, you can just fire the puck down the minute you get possession. Edina. Spin move, Cowan, shot, comes into the slot area, and a good scoring chance from Rebnig. Rebnig's trying to get up. He's knotted up with Heil. Those two separate. Well, Florida reference looked like a love bug. Rebnig's a defenseman, but he's late getting out of the zone, and he's calling for the puck. He wanted a stretch pass. You can see how offensive Rebnig is there when he's calling for the stretch pass after he got knocked down, knotted up with the Heil, laid out of the zone. He wanted the puck headman to him. Oh, yeah. Christ in the face-off circle with McCoy. McCoy plays it out to the blue line. Molman. McCoy. Molman. Oh, Chris tried to chip it around him. That would have been off to the races. That was a great play by Molman to recover. And Flaherty leaves it on the doorstep. It's McCoy in the back of net. Edina with a power play goal of their own takes the lead with 3:24 to go in the second period. It's McCoy, most likely assisted by Flaherty, whose initial shot got knocked down. Rebound. Johnny on the spot, if you will, for McCoy. Firing this one into the back of the net, and Edina takes a 2-1 lead. Wowza. We'll listen to the public address announcer, Robin Cook. We'll verify, but I've got it as McCoy from Flaherty. He's got it as 18 from 17, McCoy from Flaherty as well. Play continues, 3 minutes to go. Edina with their first lead of the game, and this game has been, dare I say, better than I anticipated. I knew it was going to be a good one. I'd seen Edina, I had not seen Chaska. Willis with a shot, what you talking about? That one hits the stick handle of goaltender Stevens. Play continues. I didn't know what to expect. I was hoping for a close, even game, and we have had that so far. This has been a treat. And for anybody watching, the speed of watching this online should look like a high school game. Every bit the speed of good high school hockey here in Minnesota should look like proficient young adults, not the 14-year-olds that they are. That's just a ridiculous one-timer by Schultz. They go rink wide. The puck is kind of coming in lofted. As it settles on the ice, Schultz with a one-timer fires that one past goaltender Stevens. Kind of hard to believe he caught it as cleanly as he did, but that was an absolute smash. Schultz ties the game, had an assist on our first goal. Now he's got a goal to go with it. We'll listen to Robin Cook, find out who made that cross-ice pass. But, boy, thing of beauty right there. Schultz ties the game. Sheets on the forecheck. So he's got Buzzchins and Willis. So Schultz from Buzzchins and Willis. That makes it 2-2. So, I covered by Stevens. I see a lot of hockey games, and there's certain things that just, eventually got a big enough data set, you get patterns. one of the things that they track on the PGA Tour is a statistic called bounce back. After a player makes a bogey, how often do they make a birdie on the next hole? And it's a good measure of I think, the mental resilience of the players at that level. You know, everybody makes bogeys. What happens after that? And the hockey equivalent is what we just saw. I always wonder what happens when you give up a goal and you give up the lead. Chaska led 1-0 early, then the game was tied for a long time. Edina scores, and immediately Chaska finds a way to get one into the back of the net. So, you know, credit them with the bounce back there. Flaherty enters the zone. Sanderson on the forecheck. This one's kept in left point by Dexheimer. Dexheimer down to the end line. Kleber out to the neutral zone. Molman. Alex, he works his way up ice. Forced turnover here. That's Halverson tried to get around the defender, but a real good play by defender Alex. Back to Halverson. Doorstep. McCoy. Oh, man. They're just at times buzzing. You can usually count on Chaska buzzing in the attacking end, and at times the Hornets have matched. It's been fun to watch. Halverson and Jensen knotted up, breaking it out. Kleber plays a neutral zone, but loses possession in the process. Back to Halverson. This is what I mentioned. You see, a lot of times Halverson manages to catch the puck in space, and then he can be pretty creative from there. Sometimes he catches it in traffic, and when he does have the puck in traffic, he seems to be able to create space. So, second period ends. 2-2 is your score. We've got a stoppage for a 1-minute break. No resurface. We'll be right back with third period action here. Exciting championship game in the Bantam AA division. 2-2 is your score in an absolute thriller. We're back. That was a great period of hockey. You know, the game started out, it was a real good first period, and the second period was even better. Hard to believe, but it was. And, you know, just talking on the little break, intermission with the tournament director, the level of play is off the charts. Halverson enters the zone. Charchenko, they break out in front of the benches. Through the neutral zone, 2-on-1, zone entry, shot, big save. Streaking up that right side is Christ, and a huge save there by Stevens. Christ came in, and I think he realized that defender was cheating over toward the other player for the 2-on-1, so we knew he'd have an uninterrupted shooting lane. Stevens was wise to it, however, makes the save, and Chris is playing so fast. You know, he came in, that shooting window was closing quickly. He was coming in with a head of steam, and as a result, kind of got in close where that it's the eclipse effect. The closer you're shooting from, the more of the net the goaltender is filling, if that makes sense. So Sometimes you see guys at NHL level, they might shoot early, and you're like, why do you shoot so early? And you know, when they pick a corner like that, you realize why. Chris coming in, he was coming in so fast. One of the fastest players I've seen. Shot that one around the face-off circle, and Stevens made the save. Face-off now comes to Stevens' right after another icing call against Edina. Man, we got a good crowd watching this one. Got to be at capacity. $150, I believe, unless the new order extended that to $250. Hopefully got a good viewership on the line, and I'm sure everybody that played in this game is going to want to go watch it, because this is a game you'll remember a long time. This is one of the better moments of this season. Big tournament like this, championship game. Sanderson down to the end line. Brings the boards. Breakout opportunity for Chaska Chanhassen. They work this back to the other defenseman on the benches side. Try to come up near the benches, and geez, they did a great job creating. It looked like the Czech or the Russian national teams from the 70s there, with the way that they just stopped their forward rush, made a couple passes, back pass, neutral, stopped going up ice. And I think a lot of that influence, when you get into really the game innovation that came out of Eastern Europe, maybe Sweden, is that soccer influence. That game's a lot different. A lot of times you move backward to go forward. In North American hockey, Canadian especially, it's just plow up ice, stay in your lanes. And I was real impressed with that breakout neutral zone play and zone entry last shift from Chaska. Fun to watch. 13 minutes to go in regulation, and I think everybody that's watching this one is starting to wonder, what happens if they're tied? I don't know. I know the ice is booked for quite a while in case it runs over, so I'm assuming we get actual overtime rather than just going straight to shootout. And I know the pool play games, that was just straight to shootout. They wanted to get a winner and move on. This one, I think there's probably provisions. It's probably even 5-on-5 overtime like high school, not 3-on-3 like the NHL. So I don't have the rules in front of me. Stay tuned, but becoming a very real possibility. Bringing it wide is Schultz. Schultz runs out of room. Shot winds up being a pass over to Smith. Smith down along the end line. Centering pass gets knocked down. Great job by Molman. Molman got out there to close him off and get a stick on it. And I'm trying to compare year to year teams, and I announced the state Bantam tournament 2 years ago. These same teams. It was Burkholder, Snuggerud for Chaska, and many, many other good players. There was a Soshin, I think. Edina would have had Jimmy Clark and Willie Johnson, AJ Dahl. I think these teams look better, dare I say it. And those were the top Bantam teams in the state, finishing second and third that year. Maybe my memory's faulty. I announced the qualifiers last year to go to the state tournament. It didn't happen. I was going to do the state tournament. Didn't happen. I saw Edina, and I think this team's better than that team. Same coaches, they would probably be a better one to tell you, but I'm super impressed by this game, both teams. Sanderson stepped into the face-off circle, draw one, however, by Willis, and that shot gets tipped just wide. McCoy clears it out through the neutral zone. 12 minutes to go in regulation. Zone entry, Kleber. Kleber cuts to his backhand, shovels it up, hits the goaltender's stick, way up over the back glass into the netting. We have a stoppage. 11:51 to go in regulation. Brunder in the face-off circle with Diedericks. Brunder got got knocked down and then fell on top of a stick blade. And when the Edina player tried to pull it, it kind of pulled him around like somebody mopping the floor. He was spinning around. Shot comes in wide of the mark. Really kind of more of a dump in from Dexheimer. Sanderson on the forecheck. Out to the blue line, right side, kept in Molman. Molman's shot gets knocked down, comes right back to him, and second time's a charm. It's cleared out for Chaska Chanhassen. Smith with a pass, and the shot comes in hard, not wide by much. I think it was Brender that took a crack at that one. Sheets on the forecheck, working against Molman. Molman, Sanderson. Sanderson, this one gets just wide of the net. Stevens was in position, but I tell you, when Chaska is in the zone, I'm starting to put a finger on what they do. They get the puck to another player and they release a shot so quickly. Dexheimer blows a tire but recovers just in time to clear it out toward the neutral zone. Kept in right side point by Chaska. Second time's a charm. This time Dexheimer bounces it down into Chaska's end. They regroup. Pass doesn't connect, icing the call. 10:23 to go in regulation. Still 2-2. So yeah, what I see with Chaska, if I can explain it now, is that whirl of activity in the attacking zone with players' movement and quick passing leads to quick shots coming from places you didn't expect. And that puts a ton of pressure on the goaltender to adjust and maybe not overcommit to one shooting lane, because they're always possible that somebody will pass off and they'll take another shot. So we have offside call. I stopped watching the play. The whistle blew. So there's a neutral zone face-off. We have a two-referee. There was a penalty called, so they called a slasher hook. No. Okay. That's a real bad break for Chaska Chanhassen. See if I can describe everything I just saw. So we have a two-referee, no linesman system. So when the arm goes up, I don't know if it's a delayed penalty or a delayed offside or delayed icing. So as they were entering the zone, I was thinking delayed offside. Turns out it was. Player didn't hear the whistle. He took a shot, put it in the net. I wasn't watching at that point. He gets rung up for unsportsmanlike conduct. Shorthanded scoring chance down low. Pressuring in is Drew. Now we have a makeup call. Hooking Edina. We'll play 4-on-4 for the next minute 46. So, yeah, what happened was the player shot the puck after the whistle. I don't know if he heard the whistle. Judging from the reaction of a lot of people in the building, I don't think they heard the whistle. And when I say whistle, mind you, the referees are wearing gaiters up over their mouths. So a lot of them are using some type of, it looks like a pen. They hit a button and it does a digital, like an electric whistle. And I can't hear that as well as I hear a blown whistle, so I'm guessing he didn't hear it. So they send off Chris for shooting after the whistle on sportsmanlike. They were going to be shorthanded, and then 15 seconds later, there's a hook called against Edina. So we'll do 4-on-4 for the next minute 40. At that point, 15 seconds of man advantage for Chaska Chanhassen. But, no goals go up on the board, but a whole lot of game events there that were kind of interesting and kind of hard to describe. This is kicked aside by goaltender Heil. 4-on-4. Lots of room out there. Lots of room for these players. Out to the neutral zone, Revnig. On retreat, Buzzgens keeps it on his stick for a long, long time. Blue line, red line, blue line, zone entry, Sheets, Buzzgens deflected, and Stevens makes the save. Oh, another huge save. Buzzgens down to the slot area. You can see the visible frustration. I don't blame him. Those are normally goals. Normally, both of those would go in. You make a centering pass like that, tip it. Usually the goalie can't make the save in the cover. After that, he walks it out into the point-blank slot area, takes another shot. Stevens makes that save. Dietrich's got to talk about the Edina goaltending. Wow. Moment. Over to McLeese. McLeese, short pass. McCoy gains the zone, fires this one high and wide. Play continues, picked up by Alex. Alex counter move, plays Kleber. 4-on-4 still for 30 seconds. It seems like it's been an eternity of this 4-on-4. And after that penalty expires, Edina still has 15 more seconds to clear. That will be a short mini kill for them. Mini power play for Chaska. So 5-4, 3-2-1. Chaska's full strength. Chris comes back. He's going to the bench. A lot of activity there in the neutral zone, kind of thing where the puck might pop out and lead to a breakaway one way or the other. Now Edina returns to full strength. We're still in the neutral zone. Edina goes for the dump. Second period, long line change. You're defending. No, it's third period. I'm sorry. You're defending the goal close to your bench, so easy line change. And eventually, now it just kind of resembles a little bit more structure. I don't know how to say it, but everything just kind of looked out of sorts. Like pieces randomly placed on the chessboard rather than something that could actually occur during a game, just not recognizable. And eventually things settle down. Now there's 2-2 with 7 minutes 15 seconds to go. We are officially into the second half of the final period. Short pass, Revnig. He cranks it up. Talked about it earlier. Watch the way he can get around someone. And sometimes he doesn't try to get around the next guy, tries to make a pass. There, he actually found he had room, skated another 60 feet, took the shot that got knocked down. Another 30 feet, let's say. Flaherty picks this one up, strong on the back check. Blue line, red line, tries to fight through. Gains the blue line. Nope, he loses the puck. He went across the blue line, but lost the puck in the process. There's a dump. And as I mentioned, that arm goes up. I don't know if it's for a penalty or for, it is a penalty. Two referee, no linesman. You never know if it's a delayed penalty or if it is an icing call. They say cross-checking the infraction. Guessing Oster, yep, 71. I saw the 7. Oster goes off for cross-checking. Edina got their second goal on the power play. It's going to be interesting to see. Chaska got their first goal on the power play. Edina got their second goal on the power play. It's going to be interesting to see if Edina can capitalize. Personnel, Cowan, Halverson. Right side, I believe, is Dietrich's. Blue line is Revnig and Molman. Nope, Revnig and Dexheimer. Dexheimer with that tuck. I can't figure out an 8 from a 9, but it is Dexheimer. Edina keeps the zone, but loses the puck. Kept in by Revnig. They turned it over to Revnig. That's a mistake. He's the guy that pinched in and scored from the blue line. If you did turn the puck over in your own end as Chaska, that's not the guy that you wanted to wind up on his stick. Dexheimer, fleet of foot out to the neutral zone, gains the red line, gains the blue line. Guitar solo down into the corner, and he plays it out to Revnig. Great play there by Dexheimer. Short pass flipped over to Halverson. Down to Revnig, and they're just moving around so much, it's hard for me to figure out what's going on. Centering pass there from Halverson to Cowan. Cowan shoved it just wide, didn't miss by much. Now it's Halverson, fakes the shot, snapper, near side, goes into the back wall. Still a minute to go in this man advantage. Edina starting to look every bit as active in the attacking zone on this power play as Chaska did when they were flurrying. Beehive of activity. We are in the Hornets' nest. 45 seconds still to go in this man advantage. The Edina players are coming off because they're tired. Imagine what Chaska's doing. Kept in at the blue line, right at the blue line by Molman. Oh, they say it got out. Oh, that was going to be a problem for Chaska. Deep into a PK shift. If you can't get the personnel out, the expression is that you exert more energy defending than you do attacking. The puck did crawl out an inch. When Molman kept it in, they say offside the call. So that's much needed. Chaska Chanhassen had a good penalty kill this period. They're going to be able to get fresh personnel out there, as well as clear the zone out to a neutral zone face-off. Both much needed for Chaska Chanhassen. They talk it up a little bit. And no, it has to be. Yeah, it has. It was an offside call. It has to be a neutral zone face-off. Okay. I'm starting to wonder if I'm watching the same game here. 37 seconds to go in the man advantage. 5 minutes, 10 seconds to go in an even 2-2 game. Icing the call. So we're at the 5-minute mark. I always think the 5-minute mark is kind of significant in a close hockey game. If you get a goal, there's a lot less time for the other team to come back and score theirs to tie. We had a crazy semifinal for the Bantam A last night. I'm not saying it's impossible, just it's less likely. So a goal would be seismic when you get to these last 5 minutes. If you have a penalty, face-off play, they loft it out to Chris. Chris has those wheels too. They tried to hit a home run ball there, have him run under it, and the bouncing puck just didn't go his way. They tried again, but Chris is on the wrong side of the ice to go chase it down. It's going to be Molman that gets there first. They wave off icing. Molman plays his defensive partner, Revnig. Revnig pulls it off the wall. Chaska returns to full strength. 4 minutes, 30 seconds to go. So if you have a penalty late in the game like this, that cuts about half of what's left, where you're not going to be equal strength, and that causes a problem. So anything in a close game usually has a lot of significance. Good break, bad break. But you get these last 5 minutes, and it's even more significant. We're down to 4:08. One other thing I want to mention, if you followed this tournament earlier, some COVID adjustments. No resurface was one. Another one is that there were no timeouts in the earlier games. These two teams do each have a timeout they can call. So sometimes late in the game, maybe rest some personnel. That's a coaching tactic. Sometimes they may want to coach them up, tell the kids what to focus on. Looks like these two teams kind of know what they're doing, and they almost had a Vaseline puck that got through Heil. Little snapper, dribbler from the point, kind of got between the legs. He had to squeeze the pads. I think these teams are well coached, and they've had enough practice time, although it is, as we mentioned, kind of a strange season. But maybe the timeout, they just want to reinforce some of the things that these kids have been told to do. Either the D-zone coverage, the PK, power play scheme. Not going to see a full goaltender in a tie game. Face-off win, shot wide from Cowan. Now rebound comes out to the blue line. Revnig takes a shot. Edina with the zone now. Shot from Dexheimer straight into the breadbasket. Heil, what we're seeing from Edina, we started to see it in the third period when the man advantage. We're starting to see Edina with that same lightning quick passing in the half court, and the shots come in before the goaltender can necessarily get adjusted. That's how second Chaska Chanhassen goal was scored by Schultz. That's definitely something that might be today's deciding goal. Hockey heroes about to be minted. We don't know who yet. Somebody's going to have the game winner. 2-2, 3:33 to go, third period. Chaska finds their way outside the zone and works up to Dexheimer, but the puck gets deflected as they try to gain the zone. And we've got a regroup, dump in. Chaska now regains possession. Shot goes wide. Over on the left side, McCoy manages to clear this one out to neutral. On retreat, Buzgens gets around one man, slaloming up ice. A little bit of alligator arms pass there. Halverson almost picked it off. Pass from Schaefer. On retreat, Kleber. Inside of 3 minutes to go in regulation. Don't go anywhere, folks. You're going to want to stick around for the end of this one. Puck pops over to Schaefer. Schaefer left side. Down deep into the corner. Big hit there. Play continues. Alex tries to find a breakout route. Goes D to D. Can't tell for sure. It might be Drew. Might have been Bauer. It was Kleber, 10. Sanderson, tape to Flaherty. Flaherty, red line, blue line, brings it in wide. Fights. Centering pass. Oh, just wide of the mark. He hit Sanderson. And that was the type of thing that you see Flaherty, he can do because he's so strong. He went around, swings wide. A player that's on the the smaller half of this age group. Oh, there's a huge call, roughing. Nobody seems to know who. Oh, it's going to be Halverson going off. Pizza Bandit roughing with 1:58 to go. That's going to change the complexion around the finale of this game because Edina's going to be shorthanded for the rest of regulation, barring another whistle. All right, what was I saying? So Flaherty, he's strong enough that he swung wide and he could just keep fighting off that defender who's closed the gap on him, pushing him, forcing him wide, fights it off, makes that centering pass. Sanderson right in that seam, high mid to high slot area. He fired it just wide of the mark. We stay at 2-2. So let's keep an eye on Stevens. This guy's going to be in the spotlight right now. You're going to see Chaska Chanhassen. They've already scored one power play goal. They're definitely capable of scoring quickly with how well they move the puck in the attacking zone. So let's keep an eye on Stevens. Is he going to be able to make some more of those big saves? He's been outstanding today. And let's get you some personnel. It looks like Edina's going to have Molman and Dexheimer out on the blue line. Maybe not, because I also see Revenig out there. Maybe they're going to go with 3 defensemen. Nope. Revenig's going off, and 12 and 14, Kermay and Sanderson. Is that my PK unit? Kermay, yep, Kermay and Sanderson. Nope. They decide Revenig is coming out. Revenig goes out for Sanderson. So what would normally be 3 defensemen, Molman, Dexheimer, Revenig, with 1 forward, Kermay, and they're floating, 1 forechecker, 3 in the neutral zone, trying to glom things up in the middle. On the counter, what's the counter strike lineup? Shot, rebound, cleared aside by Revenig. Good play there. Good save by Stevens. I've got Smith and Schultz. Those are the goal scorers thus far. Brender, shot from the blue line, knocked down Sheets. Sheets and Drew. Drew out top. I'm sorry, not Drew. That's Kleber. One-timer. Big save, Stevens. It's Kleber. Kleber's the 5th. Folks, 1:20 to go in regulation. 1:20. Still a power play that will run through regulation. Shot wide of the mark. Came from Sheets on the blue line. They opted to leave everybody out. Don't be surprised. It's into the back of the net. Brender on the weak side. They come from one side over to Brender. It's too quick for anybody to adjust. Slides it into the Edina goal. Brender on the power play. I was just starting to say, don't be surprised if on a whistle, Chaska burns a timeout. If these are the guys that they want in this situation, they can leave them out and power play the rest of the game because they've got a timeout. They could not get tired, break that 2 minutes and a half. So now the penalty expires for Edina. They find themselves trailing 3-2. Second power play goal of the game for Chaska. Edina had one as well, so special teams has really been the deciding factor. But we've still got 1 minute and 5 left. So I guess I'm confused as to why Chaska would call timeout unless it is to rest these players right now. I think it was Edina that had called timeout earlier, but maybe I got the timeouts backward. But nonetheless, with 65 seconds to go, Brender's goal puts Chaska Chanhassen on top, 3-2. They look to 66-15. So it's Brender from Smith and Schultz. Brender from Smith and Schultz makes this one 3-2 for Chaska Chanhassen. So Edina has 65 seconds left. They've already burned their timeout. They have the ability to get Stevens out. They're going with Dexheimer, Molman, Dieterichs, Flaherty, and Cowan. 1 minute to go. The goalie comes off. Now Revnig goes out to join. 6 attackers for Edina. D looking for Revnig down low. Weak side, shot into that slot area and just through the crease. Kept in. Great play by Dexheimer. Oh, it gets deflected by the Chaska defender into the slot. And they push it down to the end line or that end wall. Shot from Molman on the point. Revnig centering pass down low. Revnig one more time. 25 seconds to go. Chaska throws it out softly to neutral. Edina's got to regroup, see if they can get up ice for one more shot. We're 15 seconds. Revnig gains the zone, brings it in wide, takes it down. Wide angle shot. 10 seconds. Chaska going to try to play some dead puck in the corner. They throw this up over the glass, folks. 7.8 seconds to go. Chaska's got the brass ring just beyond their reach. They can get the little boost they need if they can kill off the last 8 seconds of regulation. 6-on-5. This game has had it all. Draw one. Edina needed to win it, and the puck's bouncing. Slot area. Oh, it's a point-blank shot from Revnig. That's how the game's going to, I was going to say end. We've got 1 second left. Heil makes the save of the tournament. Kick save like a pinball flipper. Revnig had it on the doorstep. Took a shot. The leg kicked out. Penalty called. I don't think there's enough time for Edina to do anything on the drop here. You're going to have a left-handed shooter that tries to pick it out of the air and fire it in on the drop like Gretzky did. Only seen it happen once. Somebody scored on a face-off like that. It was Gretzky in the NHL. And you can't bat the puck before it hits the ice, so it's really on the drop. Right when it hits, you got to catch it cleanly. I would guess Chaska center should just kind of kneel in front of him and try to do the shot block here. So Edina's got to go with a left-handed shot. It's going to be, it looks like Dieterichs in the circle. There's not time to fire to the net and send people for a rebound. Maybe it's Flaherty in the circle. There just isn't time for any of that with just a second. So this game's over. In what's been an they back up the clock to 2 seconds. Now we got a different scenario. You could do a little bit something different with 2 seconds. You're going to see a big push. Everybody's on the slot, and 2 minutes goes up on the board, whatever the penalty was. We got Dieterichs in the circle. He's going to try to go to the goal with it, and game ends. So great game. Congratulations to Chaska Chanhassen. A hard-fought win in the Thrilla from Edina. I've enjoyed each and every minute of this. Signing off from the 52nd Edina Invitational Tournament. Tournament directors to my left, Janae Henches, Pete Henches, and want to give a big shout out to the Edina Hockey Association for a chance to get behind the mic. And a special thanks to Pete Wagner for getting us all squared away for today's production. Hope you enjoyed it. These are the high school stars of tomorrow at schools like Chanhassen High, Chaska High, Edina High. Some of them may go to private schools and play high school there. And I'll go out on a limb, a very short limb, and predict you'll see some of these kids playing well beyond just an incredible hockey game. From Edina's Braemar Arena, see ya. Thanks for watching.
Their rubber trophy and individual 2 medals, and runner-up for the 20 coaches from the champion of the 2021 Edina Invitational, Chaska Chanhassen. Thank you to everyone who attended this weekend. Congratulations to all the players. Fans, stay safe and stay warm. Thank you for attending. Have safe travels. Thank you.
Right.